Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to take you through doing a press up. I'm going to be showing you a kneeling press up and a full press up and some of the techniques that I actually use to make this actually viable, because I know lots of you are out there going, I can't do a press up, I've tried loads of times, it just doesn't happen. So I'm going to show you how you're going to do one today. So our first option is we're going to do a kneeling version of a press up. Now, when we go into a press up, we need to think about where our arms are going. We need to think about what's going on with our hands and also what we're doing with our breath. Your arms, as they are coming back, so as we retract them back, we're drawing them back in a V shape. Just to show you from behind, drawing it back like this. So your hands are going to be somewhere in line with your chest. They are not wide out here or lifted up where we put pressure into the shoulder. We want it down here, so we're working into the chest. I will show you from the front as well. So from here, we're coming back, drawing the hands back and the elbows, as I say, coming down the body slightly, hands in line with the chest. The next thing you want to think about is, how am I going to push myself up? Again, one of the biggest things people worry about is they just don't have the arm strength. And yes, while it is about your arms, it is also about using your core muscles and also your chest muscles, your back muscles, your glutes. This is a whole body exercise as a rule. It can be slightly different in the kneeling version, but basically it is a full body exercise. So one technique that I teach quite often is the idea of turning on jam jar lids. So when you're here and you've come all the way down, this is usually the point everyone's struggling to get back up, because what happens is they then sink their elbows out to the side and collapse. What you want to think about as you come down here is that you're actually imagining turning on some jam jar lids, and as you do that, can you see my elbows kind of squeeze in? Now as you squeeze in, you're kind of pushing in and you're pressing out, and that will allow you to push up. Another way to think of it is if you can think of the scissor lifts that are used to fix a telegraph pole, so they sort of work like this as they go up to push them up. If you obviously go out, you will collapse back down. So if your elbows go out, they collapse back down. But if my elbows come in, it helps push me back up. So try to think about that as you're pressing yourself up, these jam jar lids. And the final technique that I also teach is the breath. Now, yes, as a rule, we normally say exhale on the effort, so as you push out. But a technique that I have used with countless clients, and this really does seem to work for them, is to reverse our breathing. So what I mean by that is, you exhale, you're going to go down into the movement, and as you inhale, you're going to press up out of the movement. The inhalation for a lot of people naturally forces them to pull their core in, okay? So brace that core, which means it doesn't all become about sinking into the lower back, making it all about the arms. So we're going to start with that now for you here in the kneeling version. So coming to kneeling, we're going to bring the arms out in front. Now we want to make sure we spread the fingertips nice and wide so that we're really getting a full grounding of the floor, okay? If you've got your hands together, you've got less sort of coverage on the ground. Same thing again, we want to think about where the shoulders are. So I'm taking my hands just slightly over shoulder width apart. I'm not going super wide here. Now I'm going to take my knees back a fraction so that I'm now leaning into my arms. From here, you're going to exhale, and as you exhale, you come down. Elbows are going to come behind you. Now you may get halfway, that might be enough for you to start with. And then you're going to inhale, imagining the jam jar lids. So we're pulling the elbows in, inhale, and coming up to our full position again. So you'll notice that as I inhale, I pull these tummy muscles in. So I'm going to show you what it looks like if I don't do any of these things, okay? So if I just was to come down, I'm not using my core at all, by the way, here, and then I'm trying to push up, and my core's kind of loose. It's just a lot harder. It all comes into the arms. So let's do that again. So you're going to come down, exhale, and then inhale, pull those elbows in. So we're going to do 10 of these together. So if you want to come all the way down, please do. So you might come all the way to here, okay? Or you may just come halfway and back up, whichever option you want to do. So when we're ready, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and release. Well done. Now don't worry too much if you did a couple, had to stop, did a couple more, or maybe you'll just start off with doing a couple at a time and you'll do 3 the next day, and you might do 3 for a couple of days, and then you might do 4. Build it up gradually, it's all good. So we're going to practice this in a full press up. Now, coming into that full press up, exactly in the same positioning. Now, one of the other things to be mindful of as well, sometimes what happens is people come down, but they're not coming far enough forward. So instead of coming far enough forward, they come down, but they drop back like this. And that is also going to make things really hard. Try to make sure you're bringing the body forward. So you'll be in this position, full press up. Okay, so we're going to exhale down. Inhale. Draw the elbows in, draw the tummy muscles in, pressing back into the toes, okay? Keeping your bum lifted. Too often people just sink down into their hips, and that makes it really hard work to try and get your body back up, okay? So, roll those wrists out, and we're going to do 10 of these. And I'm just going to count these out. I'll do the first 2, just read it telling you the process, and then we'll continue with the count, okay? So, taking the hands out. Nice deep breath in, exhale, elbows in, 1, inhaling, exhale, inhale, 2, let's continue, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Well done. Again, if your full press-up's a new thing for you and you only manage 1, it's fine. We just build it up, build it up, build it up. You might just spend the whole week just doing 1 full press-up and the rest of them are those 3/4 press-ups. But keep going. I promise you, you will find it. I hope you found some of these tips really useful and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care.